What's up, positive people? You got Dana here, and I am home from Atlanta, and I'm very happy to be back. You know, it's so much cooler out here. The weather's still nice, thankfully, so I'm happy about that. Still sunshiny and crap. I'm chilling at home, and I gotta admit to y'all that I'm like so hungover. So, my flight into Atlanta was like problem free, easy enough. Yeah, like not a problem. I came back and I had a 4 o'clock flight from Atlanta to into Dallas that landed at like six something. It actually I think landed 20 minutes early, so I was like, okay, cool. So I already knew that I had a little more time than initially anticipated at the Dallas Fort Worth airport, which by the way, I always thought that Hartsfield was like a really great airport as far as like amenities and shops and like freaking the Dallas Fort Worth airport's like a freaking mega mall or some crap. Stores, restaurants, bars, freaking outlet plugs everywhere. Just like if you're stuck in that airport, you'll be alright. And apparently they have a policy of like with their bars and like with their restaurants and stuff like that they don't close until the last plane flies out, which or I don't know, the last flight in the terminal, some crap like that. But anyway, I was in that airport like 3 hours. Went to the bar in Terminal A. I want to say it was like the Blue Mediterranean bar or something like that. It was the Blue something, and it was in Terminal A. And the bartender there, hi Kyle, was really really sweet. She got me for 3 whiskey gingers and a Texas IPA, and I was in there chilling out. Everything was cool. Then I get on my plane, finally, that had been delayed 3 times. My American Airlines flight had been delayed 3 times. I'm thinking it probably was the storm. And we finally get on the plane, and the flight was so choppy out of Texas. Like, it was just, I haven't had too many difficult flights, so that one just rocked me a little bit. And I'm just really glad to be home. In honor of that, I decided to do a Q&A comment response video because I haven't done one in a while. So I'm going to sit y'all down here, and we're going to get this going. And let's see. Okay. Oh, snap, you're in town. Yeah, this traffic is a mess. I was in town. I was only in Atlanta to run errands, so I didn't make a big fuss about it. Honestly, I didn't even really get to do anything, so hopefully I'll be able to book another trip soon where I can actually go and enjoy myself. I was in Atlanta for 4 days, mostly running errands for my mom. She just got a new renter in the house that I grew up in, so it wasn't a big to-do. Let's see, and Chicago Native said, that's up, Chicago Native. Appreciate your support. He's been watching me for a minute, always comments. I fuck with the people that like bring nothing but positive vibes, you know? Let's see here. AR and EV asked, how much is it for an apartment rental? I have videos on that, and you can Google that. No shade. Bernard Moe says, or Moy, I think I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Watching your videos makes me want to stop being a bitch, quit my job, and move to Washington State. Thanks for the inspiration. Don't quit your job. And you know what? Washington State isn't for everybody. Yeah. It's dope out here, but it ain't for everybody. I'm going to tell you that now. Coming up on 3 years, and I'm always back and forth about how I feel because I miss home so much. Let's see here. Quinn Alexandra said, your name is RainCityDana, but this was a huge ray of sunshine for me. I could feel you, girl. Lots of love from Japan. Oh my goodness, from Japan? So that's, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know that people watched me in Japan. Della Seals wrote a lot of stuff that didn't make any sense. I read it before I started this video, and I can't even get through. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. There was like nice things in there. You said something about not assimilating. You said some things about um, my, my being drained. Like I said, I'm definitely not gonna lie. This place can be a soul crushing place. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in the sticks, bro. Like, ain't too much stuff that can like break me. Like, yeah, I get sad. Everybody's entitled to getting sad. Like, that's not a privilege, it's a right. Like, we get down sometimes, but we get up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I share those things because if I sat up here and made it sound like Seattle was perfect, y'all would be throwing shade at me for not being real about my struggles. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all go through things. I would hope that, as someone who watches more popular people, that the people that I'm watching, especially if I'm watching them because they made a move, or if I'm watching them because of some huge change in their life, that they would show me the ups, downs, and the in-betweens. And if they needed to take a break because they needed private time, they do that, but like, be real. So there are a lot of people, and let me just stop and interject and say this for a second. There are a lot of people that come on my channel and then give me flack because I share my sadness. And here's the thing, like, we all get down. I will continue to share what I feel comfortable sharing, and if it's me crying, I'm gonna share that shit. I feel like for the most part, I'm sharing my good times, sharing my happy times, so just let me rock, yo. Let's see here. Miss Desire Independence said, I never had a desire to go to Atlanta. Something about it seemed overrated. It's best to go where you can flourish. I totally agree. And I don't believe for even a split second that I won't be back in Atlanta at some point in the not so far future. I don't see myself in Seattle even another 3 years, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like, my earning potential is so much greater out here. I make so much more money out here, and I do way less work. So there's a part of me that's almost like no longer motivated by the money. Like, I live a much simpler life. Like, I've been slowly making the changes to live more simply. Like I said, I've been slowly embracing like more aspects of minimalism and stuff, and really putting that into practice in my life, and as a result my dollar goes a lot farther. So there's also a part of me that's just like, maybe I do go back home and start that business that I've always wanted to start, and then live on a more fixed income because I can do more with a little money, kind of thing. So that was always a thought. Yeah, let's see here. Screening Mimi says, you won't see the sun for 9 months out of the year, only dark gray clouds. I won't say it's a hellhole, but feral slugs, slight exaggeration, climb the front door and walls of my house to escape the deluge. If you're not subject to SAD, you'll be fine. I don't know why people always talk about the gray and the rain. Yeah, it gets gray, you get sad, but like this year, we plan on really playing the Xbox more. Like, I plan on playing more video games. I plan on having more like family game nights. We plan on making the house more conducive to our entertainment during those, wetter, really, really wetter months when we can't like get out in it. And another thing is, I'm gonna have to at some point start to embrace more outdoor activities. You ain't gonna catch me climbing nowhere or anything, but I'm definitely down with camping potentially. Not like for real camping, but like going and getting cabins and stuff. So, day trips and those sorts of things. Like I said, we're gonna make it work. I'm on year 3. Like, I ain't playing no games. I'm about to be making the best of my life, I'm finally, the ducks are starting to fall into place. So it's really important now that I have life figured out, that I start to have more fun, like enjoy life, because it ain't promised. You're supposed to work hard and play hard, and I really want to spend more time playing hard. So yeah, adjusting to the gray is what you'll have to do. No one is under any illusions about the fact that you have to adjust to the gray. So whenever I see that comment, it's always like, okay, we get it. Sierra Can Cook wrote, this was honestly the most refreshing suggested video on YouTube. I've been in Atlanta for 10 years and we're gearing up to leave. I feel every word in this video. Thank you from a new subby. Thank you so much, Sierra. I'm really glad that you liked the video. Thank you. Like that was just a genuinely sweet comment to see. So let's see here. Michelle Thomas wrote, I am native Seattle. You really need to come with something. I've been to college and hold a big resume. The city isn't for all levels. I'm not married and have no children by choice. Good luck. I hate to say it, Michelle, you don't need much to make it in Seattle. Seattle, and unpopular opinion, Seattle has a lot of social programs. If you don't make it out here, it's literally because you don't have the initiative, or you maybe don't have the mental capacity or the physical capacity. But because of social programs, and because of the availability of like those kind of 20-something, 30-something labor intensive sort of jobs, and because of the aging population out here, there are plenty of jobs to be had. Maybe they're not Fortune 500 6-figure salary, but can you make a living wage? Can you live comfortably? Yeah, you can. Like I said, me and my ex both came out here with no expectations about what sort of jobs we were going to be able to get first, because we're from out of state, and we both were able to find what we needed in not that very long of a time. For me, it took 6 weeks, but I think it took me 6 weeks because I had Marley, and I had to factor in the fact that when I first came out here, I didn't have childcare locked in. So I had to make sure that my schedule revolved around her school schedule, but also had to revolve around any time that I would need to pick Marley up from school on the bus line, because I didn't have a car the first year that I lived out here. But like I said, 3 years later, I have a car, a place. I make really decent money for what I do, which ain't much. JT's got a really nice job at a medical facility in Kirkland, and he got that job on his second visit out here in, like, I want to say 8 days or 9 days, something like that. He got it really quick. No, I'm lying. I'm sorry, I'm lying. He got it 2 months after being here, but he'd gotten his first other job. He was working at a hotel in Kirkland, and got that job in, I want to say, was it 8 or 9 days, something like that. But yeah, so yeah, when people, I just feel like sometimes Pacific Northwesterners are literally just deterring people from coming out here. But the US, everyone's always moving, everyone's always going from place to place. Like, I went back to Georgia, and this has kind of always been like a sentiment of mine growing up too, that Georgia's not really, or Atlanta rather, is not a city of Atlantans in the traditional sense. It's more, you know, there are New Yorkers that came down within maybe the last 15 years. Obviously, there are tons of people that come down for work, or to go to Emory, or, you know, work at the CDC, things like that. It's these metropolitan places become cities of out-of-towners. Like, everyone knows that. Y'all gotta let go of thinking that, like, people coming out here is gonna fuck your city up. And things are always changing. So take that for what it's going to be, and let live. You know, we can all get a piece of the pie. It's okay. It's okay. And with taxes going up the way they're going up, wouldn't you want more people paying into that pot? Like, yeah. Let's see here. Denise Simpson said on one of my videos, get rid of the distracting background commotion. Okay. I will. L. Rosari, mad official, says, look at yourself, Dana. You didn't like Atlanta because you couldn't own the gold, hence make the rules over men to your matriarchal and strong independent ways, because Atlanta is semi-patriarch. I don't know what you're talking about. I moved out here because I couldn't find work after my DUI, and I needed to make shit pop as a mother. Like, you talking about this, yeah, there are caveats for you personally between the PNW and ATL. It sounds like it's imminent that your life will be hard. Yeah, it's gonna be hard because of the color of my skin and because of what's between my legs, but it's not that deep. Like, it's okay. I'm willing to take them extra 3 steps for your every 1 step. Like, I'm not bitter about that. And I'm not gonna spend my time on my channel playing up to the fact that I've got some more obstacles to you know, you know, get around. It's just, it's not that deep. You moved to Seattle thinking your third-rate feminism was going to work in your favor because most white women are, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I'm gonna let you rock. Thanks for watching several of my videos. I see you commented on a couple of my videos, so thank you for the views. Yeah. Let's see here. Katrina Girl says, I've been in Bellingham, Washington for the past 3 years, and your videos are spot on. We're from California, and I still don't like it here. It's beautiful here, but sometimes I wish to click my heels and just go home. Me too. Me too. Like I said, there are pros and cons, and this won't ever feel like home, so it's all good. Let's see here. Any ideas of moving somewhere that doesn't involve having a roommate? Yeah, get a micro unit. Get a micro unit. Save up your money for a year and then get something nice. I highly suggest that people consider smaller spaces if they want to come out here. You don't need all your shit, man. You know, life's meant to be spent taking in experiences and making memories and stuff like that. And I think if you're somebody who is not hung up on material things, getting that micro unit for like, you know, anywhere from like $400 to $700 and being able to spend more of your money, you know, doing things and traveling, like that's the thing to do. Get a micro unit, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Let's see here. Daniel Asamoda says, get a father for your daughter. You need a man and she needs a man. My daughter does have a father. Let's see here. Cachette Stodmeyer said, you have a lot of wisdom as a young lady, so you've been listening to someone. I have. It's the same at your age that you experience racism the way you do. I totally believe you. I can tell you hours of my experience. It's just so sad, but our God is good. He'll take care of us. I'm not, like I said, it's life. It is what it is. He or she, excuse me, also said, you're doing an excellent job. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see here. I Love Shoe said, one of the reasons why I couldn't move to Seattle is because of the lack of constant sunshine. I need sunshine. When the sun's not out more than 7 days, I feel a little down and it affects my mood. You're damn right. You're right. If you need I need my sunshine too, but you know, it is what it is. I might get one of those. There's a lamp I think that you can get too for your house. I might get that this you know, this coming rainy season. Lou Stiffer wrote a bunch of stuff that I don't care to read. Yeah, some shit about manifest destiny. I don't have time. Let's see here. Daniel Bennett said, I have a question. I know that there's recreational weed, but when it comes to a job, how does that work? Do they still drug test? I already answered the question, but I did want to also answer it in a video, and the answer is yeah, they still drug test. Any job worth its weight will probably still drug test you. So if you decide to consume marijuana in this state legally, understand that you might be limiting the amount of jobs that you can get because of your consumption. So if you want the best job options, I always advise people not to consume cannabis. Let's see here. I chose God's path, but this I cannot forgive. Wrote, you hit the nail on the head with the weird. I said Twilight Zone, same deal. Even worse, the people actually try to fit in with these people. You have to be very weak-minded. You do. I have a lot of very unpopular opinions about certain people, not all people, because I've met some really dope people. And like I said, there's so many aspects of my own life that has been inspired by being exposed to the Pacific Northwest. So sometimes, yeah, people out here just seem inherently phony. Just inherently, yeah, it can be a lot. Radonna Terry said, rainy and darkness has caused people to go in depression in Alaska. It's called seasonal blues. Child, you need to go back to the South. I went back for a couple of days and it recharged the batteries, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll be all right. Let's see here. Radonna also said, I've watched a few of your videos and the reasons you give for moving from Atlanta seem to be could have been met in another southern state with a large black population. I consider Texas, by the way. I mean, ATL is a black mecca for the LGBT community, more accepting, but I don't think the community would flock down there if it wasn't as accepting as far as education. And yes, the South could definitely use a boost in that area, but I think parents should teach their own kids. See, the problem with that argument, though, is that, like, at the end of the day, it's a matter of access. Like, Marley's access to even, like I remember in school having to share books with kids, and then I went to school in like Gwinnett County, and I didn't have to share books. I had like 2 sets, one at school and like one that I could take home. Like, there are certain things that just give your kids a head start. Yeah, you definitely should be, all parents should be teaching their children, there's no doubt about that. But when you have access to certain things, your children go so much further in life, you know. There's nothing wrong with pen and paper calculators and hardcover books, but Marley having access to, you know, MacBooks, and Marley having access to free coding classes and exposure to, you know, different things through the school that she's going to now, I feel like the sky, you know, this world is so much more open to her, you know, due to her access to things that she gets through her school system out here. Let's see here. Serena Jane Lopez, excuse me, said, "I'm so glad you mentioned the schools over there. I'm a single mother myself and considering moving there. I grew up in the Bay Area. I'm used to traffic and passive aggressive people. Thanks for sharing." No problem. Legend Mato said, "I've seen you before on the streets." Cool. Let's see here. VM, I don't know how to say your name. VM, where, I don't know how to say it, but I'll read your comment. "I love your videos, but I want to say one thing. Whatever you're going through, especially with issues with the race, your daughter is going through more than you. She's the one experiencing direct racism because, one, she's a child, and 2, the teachers are mainly white, and the issues of race come up while teaching. Trust me, search Charlotte Dial." I did look it up, and I completely agree with what you're saying. It's a big reason why I push so hard to make sure that Marley gets back down there every single summer, and that, you know, she has friend groups that also include black girls. This year I want to try and get her to be like a part of maybe something down in South Seattle, as far as like some sort of a dance team or some sort of like a pep squad or something. I definitely want her interacting with more black girls. It's so important that she has, you know, that in her life. And, you know, obviously you gotta tell a little girl like her, you know, that she's beautiful. I definitely, you know, you have to instill that confidence, you know. But yeah, I completely agree with your comment there. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there, and if you have questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Sorry for not posting, life happens, but I'm gonna try and post more. The channel hit 2,000 subscribers, so welcome to all the new people that have subscribed recently. I pretty much sit here and talk about my life, occasionally live it and share it with you. It's starting to cool back down now, and Marley will be back in a week, so we'll probably be doing more walking tours of nooks and crannies around Seattle, hopping on the bus more and stuff like that. This was just a crazy hot summer, so I spent just a lot more time enjoying myself. If you're somebody who like really fucks with me and likes watching me, I am on Snapchat and I am on Instagram. My Instagram is RainCityDana, all one word, and my Snapchat, I believe, is the Envied Life, all one word. But I do have what do you call it? I can add people. If you want me to add you, drop your Snapchat name, and we can do the follow back thing. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up because this is coming up on a lot of time, and I was in the middle of smoking some really bomb weed, so I'm gonna go now. Till later. Peace, positive people.